Joshua Johnson.
So for Joshua Johnson, he's 2-2, fighting out of Mississippi. But I think you even have here on the notes, and we discussed it in the pre-fight, this is a man whose 2 losses are by decision, and even then they were barn burners.
Yeah, and in my opinion, watching the videos of both those fights, I thought that he should have won both of those fights. In my opinion, he should be 4-0 as an amateur fighter. Unfortunately, he's stuck with a 2-2 record. There's nothing you can do about it. But I think the victim of some not nefarious but unfortunate judging, and should be 4-0 and great power. Not the most technically proficient fighter in my opinion, but uses his strengths to an advantage and gets it done.
That's right. For 205, usually fighters are not as short as he is, but he uses that to his advantage to create power, create takedown opportunities. Very much a forward fighter.
Yeah, and he does normally fight at middleweight, so he's going up a weight class for this one. And one thing, he's also struggled a bit with cardio issues in the past. I wonder if him not having to cut the weight maybe will help out in that regard.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the arena, Garrett Guirlando.
Garrett Guirlando, 1-0, fighting out of Ruston, Louisiana for Triad. He was at the last DFC. Showed a lot of heart coming out of his debut fight. Definitely threw punches till he could not throw anymore. I'm excited to actually see the matchup between these two because they're both very forward fighters.
Yeah.
And see how that levels out. Getting a rise from the crowd already this evening. Throwing off the hoodie, ready to throw down. You can see Triad walking out behind him tonight. A lot of fighters.
Yeah, Garrett Guirlando, very athletic gentleman, very powerful. We saw big power punches from him in his last fight, getting the TKO. I believe it was in the second round. Showed a little bit of cardio issues in that one, but I was talking to his coach actually in the intermission, says he's in much better shape for this fight and shouldn't have any cardio issues at all. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. My keys to winning for Garrett Guirlando are for him to keep his opponent moving backwards. His opponent, Joshua Johnson, really much more effective moving forward, throwing punches, and has great takedowns off those punches. So much less effective going backwards. I think Garrett Guirlando should use his length, use his reach, and try to keep his opponent on the end of his punches.
And then, of course, the keys to success for Joshua Johnson will be the opposite of that.
Right.
Establishing forward movement, possibly establishing a takedown, getting on top.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, amateur bout, 3 3-minute rounds, 205-pound division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing 203 pounds. He enters tonight's matchup with 2 victories and 4 amateur bouts with 1 win by knockout. He hails from Petal, Mississippi, and Graham, MMA, Monroe. Welcome, Joshua Johnson. His adversary, ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner. Standing 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighing 205 pounds. He enters tonight's matchup undefeated with 1 victory by technical knockout. He hails from Calhoun, Louisiana, representing Triad Martial Arts. Give it up for Garrett Guirlando! Following in charge of the action, Mr. Chris Hill, Monroe! Let's get it on!
The crowd almost drowning out Mr. Grant, showing support for Guirlando tonight.
Yeah, always big cheers for the Triad crew, Garrett Guirlando specifically.
Going to the tap, middle of the ring. Johnson showing arms forward, already trying to find a way to reach into the longer fighter. Guirlando already moving to a head kick in multiple flurries. Yeah, Johnson trying to find a takedown. Guirlando trying to get his hips back underneath him, putting Johnson on the back.
Yeah, good job getting to the clinch. He was taking some shots he didn't like, and different from the Jagger Smith fight. He was able to respond by getting that clinch and defending himself. Takes a big knee there.
Definitely seeming to be pressing for the takedown. Guirlando, the heavier, longer fighter in that sense, definitely moving his hips forward. We already have some blood coming out.
Oh wow. Yeah, Guirlando doing a great job of picking him up off his hips, bringing him chest to chest. Very hard to secure the takedown there when you're chest to chest versus down on the hips. And he's able to kind of get some reversals, going back and forth. Joshua Johnson getting back down to the hips.
Moving to the single leg.
Yeah, and this is a spot where he can likely secure the takedown. He's very close to it at this point now. He's back down on the hips of his opponent. But Guirlando doing a good job with that underhook, got the hands connected, trying to, pick his opponent up off there and, alleviate some of that pressure.
That's right. It makes a lever on the neck itself, making it difficult to pick up your opponent. However, Johnson does ride him to the ground. Guirlando trying to stand back up. Johnson trying to get a few shots in, immediately going back down. I believe Johnson's the one with the nose bleeding currently. Is that correct?
I think that was off that knee against the cage about a minute earlier. Joshua Johnson using a lot of energy here and taking a lot of damage, and he's not getting anything really proactive off of this. He's just burning a lot of energy. And, he's definitely taking the brunt of the damage in this fight.
Johnson did get a little bit there coming in while Guirlando countered off of it.
Yeah, and Johnson already taking some deep breaths. That was a ton of energy exchange for those failed takedown attempts. Still trying to move forward, still trying to find his spots. Definitely committing to a takedown strategy at this point. But Guirlando doing a great job mixing the defensive wrestling with landing strikes. Not just holding on, defending, but finding his damage when he can.
Yeah, Guirlando technically in top total position, trying to rain down punches, trying to get his opponent to move. Again, going back to that same movement, trying to lever against the single. It seems like Johnson does a good job of trying to move to the single.
Yeah, good reversal off of this. Now away from the cage. This is a spot where Guirlando can look to either, if he wants to sit here and punch, he could look to move to the back, could look to stand up, make his opponent stand back up with him. Plethora of options. Great soccer kick to the body. And this is going to be it. Garrett Guirlando, first round TKO.
Absolutely showed. That was a kick. All right, so again to the call. Putting him to the corner. Sitting down. I believe he may have called that a DQ.
Okay, the fight is over.
All right, we'll wait to see what the judges say there.
Yeah, we'll wait and get the official decision from the judges here. I may have been a little too forward in my calling of it. I would like to see another instant replay of that finish, right before the ref called it, and see exactly what he saw.
So as we go here, ref talking to the corner, setting him up. I believe we have a TKO for Garrett. We'll see what the refs say. Here we go. What great action from Garrett Guirlando. And again, great fights already here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Monroe, Louisiana, we have a winner. 2 minutes, 30 seconds of round number 1. We have a winner by TKO, the red corner, Garrett Guirlando!
Okay, so as we thought, there's a little bit of weird body language in the cage. Wasn't sure if there might have been an illegal strike or something, but Garrett Guirlando, as we said, getting it done. Another first-round finish here at DFC 8.
Impressive victory. You busted him up pretty good. We get the TKO victory. How do we feel about our win tonight?
I never know what happens when I get in here. The only thing I know is I thank God, all right? Can I get an amen? My name is Garrett Guirlando. I'm from Calhoun, Louisiana. If anybody wants it, come get it!
He said he's from Calhoun, baby! Come and get it!
Garrett Guirlando cutting promos tonight.
Right, absolutely ready. I believe that was a short